your mic level about there is probably good. And turn, yep, and then so like if I drop
Test, test, test.
those green things.
Testing, testing. Welcome to the NWC Soccer Complex here in Orange City, Iowa, as we are underway to start this match between the Northwestern Red Raiders and Dakota Wesleyan. Your starters today for Dakota Wesleyan women's soccer is number 1, Hannah Trumbell, number 2, Alyssa Cernick, number 3, DeAndre Johnson, number 8, Cassidy Johnson, number 10, Bailey Nestor, 11, Jade Wesley, 12, Alondra Partita, 15, Cameron Harrop, 17, Josephine Bardsley, 18, Tara Shimada, and 24, Keiza Ohayon. Head coach Clayson Glasgow in his 8th season here at Dakota Wesleyan, assisted by Jesus Landeros. For your Northwestern Raiders, number 1 in goal, Abby Bastian. Number 3 at D, Anna Van Zee. Number 5, Audrey Leyen. Number 7, playing forward, Katie Jacob. Number 9, playing forward today, Maria Lopes. Number 10 at D, Emma Dunsbergen. Number 12 in the midfield, Julie Dunlap. 14 up on top, Emily Hurley. 16 in the middle, Brenna Rowerdink. 20 at D, Kesley Paul. And 23 also on D, Kaylee Heemskirk. Raider fans, help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join today. Again, that's nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join today. Today, the Dakota Wesleyan soccer team in blue, your Red Raiders in white. Both teams coming into this game looking for a win. Your Red Raiders a must-needed win, looking for their first conference home game win today. They're 0-3-1 at home, 4-7-1 overall. Dakota Wesleyan 5-5 right now. They could go over 500 with a win here today. Dakota Wesleyan looking to play around the back for a little bit. Looking for something to happen there. Number 20, Kesley Paul, gets the ball here for the Red Raiders. Passes to Brenna Rowding, who finds Emma Dunsbergen down the line. Looks like a little miscommunication there between Dunsbergen and Hurley as they give the ball up. But no worries, ball right back in their possession. Oh, a swing and a miss there. But she is able to control it and pass it right back. Seems to be not a whole lot of urgency here by either team. Maybe we'll see something here. Oh, great step by Kaylee Heemskirk. Ball bounces around and finds Emily Hurley's feet. Did you know that Northwestern students can study in more than 20 countries? Red Raider Emily Hurley spent last spring semester studying in Ireland. She had the opportunity to practice with a professional Irish women's soccer team. Raiders stand out. 24, Kazeo Hayan taking it down the line, looking for a cross here with Kesley Paul defending her. She's able to get a touch on it. Has her locked up in the corner, but she manages to get one across. Haley Keemskirt gets a touch to it, sends it up to Maria Lopes. And the Red Raiders, oh, Dunlap almost takes it there. Three, Anna Van Zee back there. Her first varsity playing time in a while after her ankle injury that kept her out for the last few weeks, maybe even a month or two. Little change on the back line tonight for the Red Raiders. Center back number 15 had a 10 passes out with an injury. Dakota Wesleyan tries to play a through ball, nothing of it. Abby Bastian eats that up. Punt there, they're unable to control it. Oh, great flick by Dakota Wesleyan. Josephine Bardsley. Heemskirk is there. Almost gets it away. Lay-in. Finds Dunsbergen, who loses the ball, but Emily Hurley is there and picks it back up for the Red Raiders. making her own time and space, finds Maria Lopes, who's looking for a pass down the line. Anna Van Zie's there for her. Unfortunately trips over her own feet, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Throw in Dakota Wesleyan. Looks like to throw the ball in over there, number 2, Alyssa Cernick for the Tigers. Anna Van Zie taps it back out. Cernick throwing again over Van Zie's head. Missed touch and Van Zie gets a tap on it. Dakota Wesleyan looking for a through ball over the top. Dunsbergen there, misses the ball. Number 17, Dakota Wesleyan, shot on goal. Goal, Dakota Wesleyan. Josephine Bardsley, senior midfielder from Tia, South Dakota. Less than 5 minutes into the game, and we have a score by Dakota Wesleyan, 1-0 in favor of Dakota Wesleyan. Looking like a little miscommunication there in the back. Dunsbergen thought the body would do it, but couldn't quite get it done. Kesley Paul looking, finds a Dunsbergen up here on the left side. She's taking her space, finds Hurley. Hurley has plenty of space over here. Finds a through ball to 12, Julie Dunlap, who's looking to beat her man down the line. Drops it back to Dunsbergen, who finds Brenna Rauerdink in the middle. Plays it up to Maria Lopes, who looks for a through ball. She's onside, sends it in the box, far post. Katie Jacobs is just not quite there. Good build-up play from the Red Raiders. They're going to need to capitalize on those tonight if they want to grab their first win at home this season. Red Raiders get it back off the goal kick. Kesley Paul can't make anything of it. That looks actually like number 3 over there, not 2. I was mistaken earlier. DeAndrea Johnson. And Alondra Partida sends it up to the top. Bastian is there to clear it. Hurley and Brenna Rauerdink both on that ball. Neither can get a touch to it. Heemskirk sends the ball wide and out of bounds. 15, Cameron Harrop here throws it in, but Dunsbergen eats that up. That's a nice 1-2 there by the Red Raiders. Oh, intercepted by, there's number 2, Alyssa Cernick. Josephine Bardsley down the line looking for a cross. Missed touch by Heemskirk, and the shot is high and wide by Dakota Wesleyan. I can't quite tell what number that is over there. 18 maybe? Tyra Shimada. Bastian with a goal kick. Plenty of space there for her right and left back. Heemskirk and Audrey Layan. Heemskirk finds Van Zie, who plays it up the line to Katie Jacobs. She turns to look for something. Drops it back to Van Zie. And Dakota Wesleyan recovers the ball. A swing and a miss there by Dakota Wesleyan. Fakes out the defender, but they can't make anything of it. Abby Bastian picks it up and punts it out. Julie with a touch. Header by Layan. Flicked on by Brenna. Kesley Paul, another header. Falls at Dunlap's feet. She's looking for a send. She finds Hurley down the line. Can't quite get there before the Dakota Wesleyan defender, number 10, Bailey Nestor, gets the ball and sends it out of bounds to stop the potential attack from the Red Raiders. Number 10, Emma Dunsbergen here to throw the ball in. Emma Dunsbergen's a sophomore defender from Newton, Iowa. Went to Pella Christian High School. Dakota Wesleyan, little tiki-taka there down the right side. The Red Raiders swallow it. Little miscommunication there. Dunsbergen sends it out of bounds. Throw in Dakota Wesleyan. Emily Hurley challenges it. Bounces off her knee. Out of bounds. Into the box. Abby Bastian picks it up. No problem for the Red Raiders. Bastian rolls it out to her right back, Anna Van Zee. Taking her space here. Can't quite find the pass. Intercepted by number 3, DeAndrea Johnson, who's taking it up the left side. She cuts inside. Finds her mid, sitting at the top of the box. She has a hit, but Audrey Lane gets her body in the way. Heemskirk recovers the ball there and sends it up to 7. Katie Jacobs, who drops it to Kesley Paul. Tries to play it back to her and finds her. Looks like it bounced off of Dakota Wesleyan's foot. Throw in Red Raiders. And Van Zee throwing. Finds Maria Lopes. Gets the 1-2 there. Kesley Paul swings it to Brenna Rowding, who finds Maria Lopes. Sends it to Hurley. And she can't quite beat the 2 defenders. Defender pulls it back, and they clear it. Back header type thing from Dunsbergen. Finds Brenna. Rowding gets turned by Alyssa Cernick. And the Red Raiders gain control again. Ball centered there for Dakota Wesleyan. Switching fields. Oh, they look for a through ball. She has Tara Shimada. But 5, Audrey Lane, is there to recover the ball. Audrey Lane is a senior midfielder from Rhinebeck, Iowa. Katie Jacobs defending on the far side over there. Forces the defender to turn around and drop it. They're going to have to play it around the back. Bailey Nestor finds Bardsley there, who finds Harrop down the right side, looking to send the ball in, but Audrey Lane gets the ball. It was a little under-kicked there. Not quite enough on it. Ball rolls out. Dakota Wesleyan throw in. Red Raider head coach Shannon Andringa. It's her first season with the Red Raiders. They've had a little shaky start, but with a win here, they could grab a few wins in a row and make a case for playoffs this year. That'd be exciting after a little break from the playoffs they've had the last year or two, but they have a chance to get back in it again this year. Audrey Lane finds Dunsbergen, who sends it down the line, but Dakota Wesleyan defender clears it. Heemskirk tries to drop it back. Not sure where it was going, and it's going to be corner to Dakota Wesleyan. Shannon Andringa in her first season is assisted by Taylor Harvey, Nancy Dickman, and Michael Simmelink. Michael Simmelink, who was recently engaged this week. If you have an opportunity, send him a message. Tell him congratulations. Corner kick here by 12, Alondra Partida into the box. Great punch out there by Bastian. Ball still bouncing around. Looks like Heemskirk was there to get it out of there. Anna Van Zee recovers the ball. Spinning around, trying to find someone on their team. Hurley, way back out of position. That's what'll happen off of a corner kick. Just got to get someone there to the right place. Give your player an option. It's looking like throw in, a little confusion, but throw in Dakota Wesleyan. Up on the left side of the field. Hurley gets something on it. Cleared by Kesley Paul up to Maria Lopes, who finds Dunlap, who finds Hurley up the side. Not sure if she didn't know how close she was to the side or what, but tapped out of bounds, throw in Wesleyan. Looks like they're going to have to, drop her all the way back. Played out from the back once again. Playing around. A little nice pass in there. Intercepted by Kesley Paul right at midfield. Finds Emily Hurley, who's taking it down the side. Can't quite find Lopes on a through ball. Intercepted. And possession back to Dakota Wesleyan. Brenna Rowdink takes the ball away. Finds Dunlap, who takes it straight at the defenders. Looks for a through ball. Hits Lopes' foot. I don't think that's who she was looking for. And the keeper, number 1, Hannah Trumbull, has the ball and is looking to punt it out. A boomer. Brenna Rowdink could get ahead on it. She does. Maria Lopes, defender doesn't quite play the bounce. Ball back to Brenna here. She looks wide for Dunsbergen, who has a defender on her instantly. Katie Jacobs turns, looks down line for 12. Julie Dunlap, who has it at the edge of the box, sends it in. Number 11, Jade Wesley, gets a foot on it. And Dakota Wesleyan has possession again. Bardsley drops back, plays a holding striker position there for a second. So her team has an option. 15 is going to look to switch the ball here. Yep, nice hurdle by the ref. That's what they get their stretches in pre-game for. Reffing is no joke. New rule this year in soccer. If the ball hits the ref blows a whistle, stops the play dead, and it's a drop ball. If it used to hit the ref, they would just play on. You could get really lucky or really unlucky using the ref sometimes. But the top of the board for soccer changed that rule this year. It's kind of annoys some players. It stops the flow of the game, but it is what it is. Header by Leyen. Dakota Wesleyan drops it back and looks to play it up right away again. Heemskirk gets a thigh to it. Kesley Paul can't quite find a teammate. The ball's out of bounds. Throw in for Harrop. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. There's no enunciation on here. Trips over the ball, but it works out in her favor. She sends it in. Heemskirk is there. Puts a body on it. Left foot and clears it out of the box. Julie Dunlap could beat her defender here. And she cuts it inside, looking for Brenna Rowdink, who tries to play a through ball through a defender. That'll never work out for you. Throw in Red Raiders. Brenna Rowdink is a senior midfielder from Oostburg, Wisconsin. She's a nursing major. Did you know that Northwestern Nursing Program has been ranked in the top 20% by Nursing School's Almanac? Raiders stand out. Ball rolls back to Abby Bastian, who scoops it on up. Looking to send the ball up here. Probably going to punt it. She does. Hurley tries to get a touch on it before it drops. Rolls right to Dakota Wesleyan. Foul called there, and looked like maybe a push in the back. Free kick for the Red Raiders. Heemskirk's going to play it right away up to Katie Jacobs, who gets a touch on it. Big bodies, keeps it in, drops it to Anna Van Zee, who can't quite keep possession of it. Not sure if that's the ankle or what. Offsides, looking for a through ball up the top. But the Red Raider defense catches them offsides. 23, Heemskirk, here to take the free kick. Either going to send a boomer or just drop it back for possession. She chooses the latter. Raiders swinging it around the back, finds Dunsbergen, who plays it into Brenna Rowdink. Plays it back. There they have Dunlap. What can she do with it? Can't kick it through the player's leg. Out of bounds. White throw-in. Wesleyan plays it down the line. Brenna says nope. Kicks it out of bounds. falls for Bardsley. Bardsley is the leading scorer for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers this season. She has 6 so far. Sends it in. Great ball in. Handball, I believe. Damn, you can't do that. You can use every part of your body but the hand. Kesley Paul flicks it over a defender to Katie Jacobs, who plays it to nobody. Looking for a through ball there, I think, for Lopes. A little miscommunication, but throw in for the Red Raiders. Julie Dunlap gets the ball taken. She tends to have 3 defenders on her at once, but it's a throw-in Red Raiders. I was walking around campus today and noticed all the new renovations in the Boltman Center. If you guys are in the area or come in the area for a game, you got to check out the newly renovated Boltman Center. They're putting in all the new doors today, so it's exciting to have a fresh new look with the new logo. Bardsley has a run here. If she can beat the defender, she chooses the shot. That's an easy scoop up for Bastian. As I was saying, all our winter and indoor sports this year. A nice new gym and venue for them to play in. Hurley finds Julie, who pulls it back. Looks for a through ball, but Wesleyan defender gets a head on it. Lopes sends Katie Jacobs in a through ball. Katie pulls it back and tries to beat her man. That's not working. She just drops it. Kesley Paul, unlucky bounce on this grass field. Sends it straight up into orbit, but it does come back down, and Katie Jacobs gets it. Drops it again to Paul. Looking for something to do with it. Plays it simple to Brenna Routing, who plays it up and over. Red Raiders wanted a handball there. I'm not sure if it was one. Dunlap finds a through ball to Hurley, who's pointing where to go. Over the keeper. Oh, Katie Jacobs almost gets a foot to it. She was to the party just too late. Dakota Wesleyan plays it up to Johnson, who drops it to Partida. Johnson looking to beat Heemskirk. She says no. Then says maybe. Throw in Red Raiders. Van Zee finds Lopes wide open in the middle field. She has time to turn, but 2 defenders on her pretty quick. She gets bodied out of the way and turned. But Van Zee says, don't worry. I will pick up the slack. And she does. Possession Red Raiders. Hurley tripped up there by Cernick, sophomore midfielder for the Tigers. Free kick from about 40, 45 yards. 40. Looks like 5. Audrey Lane is going to be on this free kick. Looking to service something into the box and give the Red Raiders an opportunity here to tie the game up. She does just that. But it's straight at the keeper. Probably going to want to play that one a little farther away from the keeper. Plenty of time left. Just hit the 23 minutes left in the first half here as the keeper sends it up. It's looking like number 3 for the Tigers just took one to the face, and she's going to go down on one knee. No good. Trainer Kayla and assistant trainer Caitlin Ostby jog on to see what's the matter, while the Red Raiders jog off to grab some water. In that little mix-up there was number 20, Kesley Paul. Seemed to get something on it. Keep possession of the ball there. Speaking of our head coach that I was talking about earlier, Andringa, She is she was an All-American and a member of a national championship team in 2015 as a player for Spring Arbor University. Raiders picked her up last spring, and she came in, got a little time with the team in the spring before everyone headed back for the summer, and she is full force this fall so far. Coaching up a player right now, probably talking a little tactics. Doing something so that the Raiders can maybe find the net here, tie the game up. Go into halftime with either a tie or a lead would be fantastic. Drop ball. Drop ball here near midfield for the Raiders. They're just going to tap to Wesleyan, who just taps it back. Why do teams do that, you might ask? What's going to happen is they're going to play a drop ball, and usually for the team that had possession, the drop ball gives both teams an opportunity, but you're usually going to play with some sportsmanship and send it back to the other team who gave up their possession for you or for your injured player. Wesleyan tapping it around back there. Shoots it up, but Anna Van Zee is there and has some space down the right side. Finds Lopes down the line, who trips over the ball. Clean foul. Oh, foul there on Kesley Paul. Free kick, Dakota Wesleyan. Kesley Paul is a junior defender from Frisco, Texas. Near Waco, I believe, where the famous show Fixer Upper's from. Show and brand now, Magnolia. Dakota Wesleyan has a break here. Number 17, a one-on-one with the keeper, and she puts it in the side netting. That is the second goal today for Josephine Bardsley. Score 2-0, Dakota Wesleyan. That's going to give her, I believe, 8 on the year now. If I read that right earlier. Yeah, 8 goals on the year. Today would be her 10th game. Bardsley is a senior midfielder from Tia, South Dakota. Tia? Not really sure. Spelled T-E-A. The Raiders seem to get nothing here. There's Brenna routing. Collects the ball. Finds Dunlap, who tries to play it back to her. Just a little ahead. And now it looked like 24 collected the ball there for Wesleyan. Little kickball here, but Land tries to send a long ball. Dakota Wesleyan player says, too easy for me. Finds Harrop on the right side, who's looking to beat a couple defenders. Looks for Johnson, but the pass is a little long. Layan also passed a little long for Brenna Rowerdink in the middle there. Dakota Wesleyan back up the side, sends it up to Bardsley, sorry. My bad. And Dunsbergen can't quite get anything on it. Bardsley with it at her foot again. Tries the back heel. Doesn't work out. Throw in Dunsbergen. Did you know? Red Raider Emma Dunsbergen is also a nursing major. 100% of our 2021 and 2020 nursing graduates passed their board exams on the first try. Raiders stand out. Dakota Wesleyan working it up the left side. They try to send a ball in. Audrey Lane gets some knees to it. Gets a little collision there. Ball falls for Shimada. Audrey gets in the way again. One-on-one opportunity, but the through ball was a little long there for the Tigers. Abby Bashian picks it up. While there was the injury timeout, the Red Raiders made a substitution. for number 20, Kesley Paul, and in came midfielder number 17, Molly Ryan. Maria takes one to the chest. Doesn't phase her. Katie Jacobs collects the ball. They're working it around the side. Julie Dunlap tries to play one over the top. Just a little too high for Katie Jacobs, and the Wesleyan keeper number 1 gets on the ball. Lopes tries to play around with her a little. Goalkeeper says, I'm just going to pick that ball up. Ball is sent up, but Brenna Rowding heads it back towards the Dakota Wesleyan line of defense. Another substitution. 2 Red Raiders on. 1 Red Raider on. Just a little switch of positioning there for Hurley. She's up top. Number 13, Josie Mazdam. I believe I'm saying that right. Is in for 9, Maria Lopes. Mazdam. That's it. I knew it'd come to me. She's playing left winger right now. On this close side of the field. Little tumble there, but Dakota Wesleyan collects the ball. They send it up. Trying to work on Kaylee Heemskirk over there on the right side, and she gets around her. Anna Van Zie's there. Sends the ball right to Audrey Leyen. Brenna Rowdink tries to send the ball. Nothing's working. Anna Van Zie says, I'm just going to clear this ball out of here. Bounces. Wesleyan defender gets ahead to it. Josie gets cut in there. Wesleyan looking for a cross. Finds Bardsley on top of the box, who plays it across the box. Rowerdink gets a foot to it, but Wesleyan is there again. Long shot, wide left. I believe that shot was Ohayon for Wesleyan. Substitution for the Tigers. Number 6, Brooke Bullington is on for 18, Tyra Shimada. Subbed off. About 16 minutes left in the half. Bastion plays a simple ball to Heemskirk, who plays it out to Anna Van Zie. Seems to be a little slower on that ankle. Understandable. Another substitution for the Tigers. Number 3, DeAndrea Johnson is back on for 19. Alexis Thompson, who I believe came in for the Tigers when Johnson was out. And she got clobbered in the head there by the ball. Heemskirk plays it wide for Anna Van Zie. She's got plenty of space. Sends it over. Dunlap gets a touch to it. Josie sends to nobody. Offsides by Josie. Foul. Foul on the Tigers. Free kick for the Red Raiders. I'm not sure if anybody on the team can get it all the way in there from here. Maybe. Heemskirk's going to do her best. Not quite to the box. Hurley gets a touch on it. Decides to drop it back. Safe option. The Red Raiders could swing around the defense. They don't. Brenna gets a little pushed off the ball, but no foul. Heemskirk sends it right into Van Zie. Right into the Wesleyan player, it looks like. In for the Red Raiders, number 4. Emily Schmidt, junior defender from Bellevue, Nebraska. In for Van Zie, who's looks like she's limping a little bit on that ankle. The Red Raiders are short on defenders this season. Everybody injured that seems to be going out as a defender. First we had Van Zee. Now we have Ten Pass. Andringa's head coach is getting challenged already. Who are we going to put in what position? How can we capitalize on some of our depth or our other subs? Another player who's out right now for the Red Raiders, number 11, Abby Noonan. She's netted a few goals this season. Speaking of goals, goal scorer sends the ball across for 15, Harrop, who looks to cross again. Header by Leon clears it. Molly Ryan touches it past the defender. Plenty of time and space. Sends it wide for Hurley. It's a little too much. You got to take advantage of that counterattack. Nonetheless, throw in for Harrop. I'm going to go with Harrop. Johnson chests it and touches it back. Hurley didn't want any physicality there. That's all right. They send it all the way up, and Bastian is there to take care of business. Looking to switch the field. She's got Dunsbergen to her left wide open. She's got Emily Schmidt, also called Corn Nuts. I've heard that's her favorite food. Everyone's got a nickname for some reason. Some make sense, some don't. That one does make sense. Heemskirk says, I'm just going to play it safe and clear the ball out. Katie Jacobs takes the ball away. He's got two defenders, pulls it back, plays it over to Rowerdink, who plays it to Molly Ryan. Tries to find Mazdam, and she does, who gets it over to Jacobs but loses the ball. Wasn't really a name on that pass, and Jacobs takes it away. But it rolls out for a Wesleyan throw-in. If you're tuning in here from anywhere in the world right now, send me an email at elijah.stater@nwciowa.edu, and I will give you a shout-out here from Orange City, Iowa. Dakota Wesleyan tries to play a ball over the top. Not really anyone there, and Schmidt is there to clear it out. Another injured player there over there at ball boy or ball girl. Was number, gotta find her number real quick. Jillian Simon. Maybe she's not on the roster here. Wesleyan's got it over in the corner, trying to find something. Offsides, Wesleyan. Wesleyan coach not too happy about that one, if you can hear him through the mic in the background. Raiders lose the ball, but get it right back. Heemskirk swings it over to Dunsbergen, who tries to spin. Didn't really work for her. And a little mix-up, miscommunication on top for Wesleyan. They take a shot just over the bar. Goal kick, Red Raiders. Red Raiders building it up the field, but falls at the foot of a Wesleyan midfielder. Bardsley finds Harrop wide, chased down by Mazdum, who gets a touch on it. Doesn't do the job of clearing it away quite yet. Harrop is just playing in the corner. Dunlap says, I want that ball. Oh, unlucky, rolls out of bounds. Throw in Wesleyan. Can't really see it on the screen, but it's a throw in blue. There's the ball. Tries to find Johnson. Mazdum just sends it a little bit down the line. We have a sub here for the Tigers. Ref hasn't seen it yet. Maybe she came to the line a little too late. Harrop sends it across. Schmidt's there, gets a touch on it. Back to Wesleyan. Dunlap is trying to gather the ball. Ohio gets a touch. Molly Ryan. Finally, they find a pass. Can they keep possession? Not if we send her into the air like that. Hurley gets knocked over, loses her balance. Another ball straight up into the air. Leyen flicks it over for Dunsbergen, who shoulders the ball and gets it taken away. Bardsley down the line, and Audrey Leyen gets the ball. Finds Ryan. She's going to have to do something to keep possession. Finds Heemskirk on top of the box. There it is. To 13, Mazdum, who takes a touch past the defender. Ball at Julie Dunlap's feet, who's looking to take it down the line. Shut down by the Wesleyan midfield. Partita sends it over the top to Bardsley. Northwestern wants an offsides, but the line judge says nothing. His flag stays down. Dunlap, ball rolls out of bounds. Really no urgency there to try and maintain the ball. 2 subs in for the Tigers. 23, Mary Nedzwicki for number 12, Alondra Partita, and number 20, who was the other? And number 5, Virginia Alvis is in for double goal scorer Bardsley. Wesleyan keeping possession here, drops it back, shoots it up the gut. Red Raiders had an opportunity for a second. There's a through ball. No offsides flag raised. Julie Dunlap finds Hurley, who has 2 Red Raiders ahead of her and a few behind her. She cuts it back and drops it to Dunsbergen, who looks for the ball to Dunlap. Dunlap sends it down the line. A little too far for Hurley, but she's going to chase the Wesleyan defender down. Wesleyan defender tries to play it off of Hurley out of bounds. It doesn't work. Throw in Northwestern. Throw into Dunlap, who's looking for the big cross. Doesn't quite have the leg to get it over the defender that time, but she's fighting for the ball. Brenna Rowerdink up the middle, trying to do something. Wants a foul. Everyone paused. No foul called. Ryan gets a touch on it. Over for Harrop. Drops it back, and Wesleyan's going to play out of the back again. Foul. Dakota Wesleyan. Free kick here. Number 10, Emma Dunsbergen. Nope, she's going to run past the ball. Audrey Leyen's going to take it. Probably going to try and look far post. Get some sort of body part on the ball. Top of the box. Mazdum looks to flick. Dunlap puts it back in, and it is headed out by the Wesleyan defense. Emily Schmidt finds Hurley. Missed touch there by Hurley, and number 1, Trumbull, falls on the ball. Trumbull is a freshman goalkeeper from Casper, Wyoming. Looking at what she's got here, and she's going to boot it out. Molly Ryan with a touch on it. Dunlap gets away with a handball. Gets thrown to the ground. Sold it a little bit. Wesleyan looking for a ball over the top for Brooke Bullington, who has a cross opportunity. Heemskirk gets a touch on it, but that's out of the end line. Falls for a corner kick for the Tigers. Ball girl, number 25 on the Red Raiders, Grace Dahl, gives the ball to the Tigers as Ohion goes for the corner kick, sends the ball in. Dunsbergen heads it right back to her. Or out of bounds. They're going to take the throw in. Sends it to Johnson into the corner. Not many options there. She's going to have to look to beat a defender. Harrop checks two. Ohion doesn't make good contact. There's a handball. Ref saw that one. Plays it simple to Leyen, who swings it over to Schmidt. One touch to Rowerdink. Looking for something. Jacobs has not got a good ball to her feet yet today. She's got to try and get a touch on everything. Foul there by the Red Raiders. Free kick for Wesleyan near midfield. Looks like Cernick over on the free kick, number 2. She says, yeah, I'm not going to get that there, and drops it back to her center back. Plays it back wide to her. There, they try to send it in, but Rowding gets a foot on it. Hurley kind of chasing her down. They find a through ball to Johnson up the right side with 1 to beat, and she could have a service into the box. She kind of beats her. Harrop sends the ball in. Heemskirk heads it out for another Tiger corner kick. One minute left in the first half here in Orange City. Red Raiders are down to Dakota Wesleyan 2-0. Service in the box for Wesleyan, a head out. Another service on the way. Didn't make contact very well. And that's going to roll out for a goal kick for the Red Raiders. Number 8, Kylie Fish, is subbing on for 16, Rowerdink. Kylie Fish is a junior midfielder from Palmer, Alaska. That's not a fun trip to make all the time. Beautiful place to live. Decides to leave it, says goodbye, and come to see some cornfields here in Iowa. The Red Raiders give it to Dakota Wesleyan. Johnson, 1 second left. Nothing to do with it. Halftime here at the NWC Soccer Complex. I think I've got something I've got to say here at halftime. I'll mention again that you, Red Raider fans, can help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.edu/join RAA to join today. I also should note that with all the Northwestern soccer players out with injuries, from knee pain to shoulder pain and every pain in between, the orthopedic experts at CNOS are here to help you. CNOS, improving health. Did you know that Christianity Today has called Northwestern a best college for spiritual enrichment? Raiders stand out. Another cool fact here about Northwestern is that 7 Northwestern coaches or athletes have been inducted into the NAIA Hall of Fame. Coaches Larry Corver, Paul Bartlett, Earl Woudstra, athletes Lee McKinstry, Rachel Binabos Leavitt, Brandon Woudstra, and Deb Remerd Lusink. That's going to be your first half here for the Red Raiders. We will log back on in about 13 and a half minutes or so for the start of the second half and the kickoff. Thanks for tuning in. Checking back in here from Orange City, Iowa. Just under a minute left during halftime as we get underway for this second half. I got an email at halftime correcting something I said from shout out to Scott and Cassie Paul from Frisco, Texas, parents of number 20, Junior Kesley Paul. Hometown Frisco is nowhere near Waco. For those of you geographical folk, Frisco is well north of Dallas, home of FC Dallas and the Dallas Cowboys. I suppose two things that are a little more interesting to watch than a renovation show. Anyways, back to action here. Kickoff, Red Raiders. If you're just now tuning in, 2-0 here in Orange City, Dakota Wesleyan on top. Both goals scored by number 17, Josie Bardsley. 4 shots for her. 2 of them found the back of the net. Past keeper Abby Bastian tonight. Throwing on the far side, Dunsbergen finds Lopes, who plays it back to Dunsbergen. Looking for Hurley. Heads it past the defender. Can't quite get around him, and they're going to shield it for a goal kick. Couple opportunities for the Raiders in the first half. Hopefully they can get a couple more and capitalize on them. Ball played out of the back for the Tigers. Kesley Paul, who I was just talking about, gets it. Maria Lopes to absolutely nobody. Cleared out for the Tigers. Anna Van Zee's there. Heads it up to Jacobs, who has 3 Tiger defenders on her. Not much she's able to do there. Bardsley makes her own space. Heemskirk is getting something on it. Bardsley still pursuing. Almost gets through the defense. And we have a change of personnel for the Raiders back in the net. In is number 30, junior goalkeeper, Kaylin Alons. Kaylin's from Orange City, Iowa. One of 4 girls from Orange City, Iowa on the team. Little kickball here. Routing trying to win the ball for the Raiders. Dunsbergen gets a touch on it, but it goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Tigers. Down the line, Dunsbergen gets a touch. That is the last. Oh, saved by the flag. Throw in the corner. That is the last place you want that ball to go off your foot as a defender. Nonetheless, it did. Throw in for the Tigers. Leon jumps up and gets a head on it. Dunlap gets a head on it. Finds Routing, who has ages to do something with it. Hurley sends it down the line to Lopes. Trekking back are the Wesleyan midfielders to play some defense. Hurley loses the ball, but gets it back. Finds Lopes, who could look to swing here. Instead, she looks to beat a defender. Straight on the attack. Finds Jacobs. Doesn't really find Jacobs. 2 defenders on her, and the ball scoots through. And goalkeeper, freshman keeper, I believe, Trumbull, picks it up and boots it out. Just over Routing's head, not over Leon's head. Gets ahead. Runs through a defender. She was easy to go down. Dunsbergen making a run up the side. Defender on her heels. Finds Lopes. Spins it around. Dunlap. On sides was Dunsbergen, who keeps the ball in Nope. Then the ball goes out. Goal kick for the Tigers. Looking to play it quick and short to the left back. Number 8, Johnson. The other Johnson. There's 2 Johnsons on the team. This one's Cassidy Johnson. Oh, over her head, and that's out for a Raider corner kick. Maybe they can do something here. Last few games, Wesleyan has sent beautiful corner kicks in. The Raiders have just not been able to get anything on it. Hoping for a change here. Ball's in. Oh, pushed from behind by Lopes. Yeah, that one was pretty obvious. Puts her hands up regardless, but you're going to get called all day long for that. Yeah, that ball should go back a little bit. Thank you, sir. Essentially a goal kick here. Raiders are pressed high. Hoping to put some pressure here on the defense and force a mistake. And there it is. That's what they're hoping for. Works out in their favor this time. Van Zee over the top to Dunlap. Gives a little body to Johnson. Falls to the ground. Cut back for the Tigers. They're going to be sending her over the top. Oh! Way to get a body there. Kaylin Alonz. Bardsley trying to get the ball back. Another goal would give her a hat trick today. Instead, Harp drops it back. Oh, banger! About 20 yards off the mark there. Dunsbergen chasing down. And Wesleyan's going to win a throw-in in the corner. Jogging over to take the throw-in is Brooke Bullington. That's ironic. She is a freshman, a sophomore forward from Brookings, South Dakota. Went to Brookings High School. Brooke Bullington. She throws it in to Partita, who's taking it to the corner and looking for something. Not much to had there with 2 Raider defenders on their back. Sends it out of the end line. Goal kick for Alonz. She's going to play it quick and short over to Heemskirk, who should play it down the line to Van Zee. She's going to turn, probably find Katie Jacobs here. Tries to. Touched out of bounds by DeAndrea Johnson. Dunlap, power chest. Drops it. Heemskirk wants it long. Not quite going to get it there. Now it's Wesleyan's turn to work it up the side. Jacobs takes it away, gets pushed from behind nonetheless. Finds Dunlap in the middle, who spins it. Could switch the field. Instead plays it up. Finds Lopes, who drops off to Paul. Paul sends it down the line. It's going to roll out of bounds. She didn't have the first touch she wanted and had to scramble to get it there. At least puts the Raiders in a little better position by giving Wesleyan a throw kick down in the throw-in. My bad, down in the corner. Missed touch by Van Zee. Bodies her. Goes off of her foot. Bardsley for the throw-in decides not to take the throw-in, and instead Johnson's going to come up from the back line and throw the ball in right in midfield. She's going to go down the line. Finds Bardsley, who switches the field entirely. Spread the defense out. Nestor, pass up. Taken away by number 20, Kesley Paul. Rauerdink, couple options here, decides to play it a little longer. The riskier of the two, and it doesn't pay off this time. But the ball is back at the Red Raiders' feet. Kesley Paul sends one over the top. Hurley has the chance, cannot quite get there in time. It's going to be another goal kick for the Tigers. Goalkeeper that came in for the Raiders, Kalen Alons. Red Raider Kalen is a pre-law student. Did you know that recent Northwestern graduates have earned law degrees from the University of Minnesota, University of Iowa, and George Washington University? Raiders stand out. Pre-law. I suppose she came here and said, this is not going to be enough schooling for me. I want to go study more. So that's what she's doing. Ball gets kicked out from under Lopez's feet. Throw in for Jacobs, who goes down the line to Dunlap. Has a couple defenders to beat. And does so. Ball cleared. It's going to be another Raider throw-in. Flicked on by Paul. Flicked really to a potential target. Lopes was running down the line there, but was a little too much in advance for her. She couldn't get there. Keeper's going to play it short, and they're going to play it out of the back again. There's Dunsbergen. She gets a touch on it, and then the Tigers get a touch on it. If you weren't here in the first half, you, Raider fans, could help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Red Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.edu/join-RAA to join today. Support the many student athletes we have here at Northwestern College. Whether it be a donation to buy an entire build a new locker room, or a donation to fund a snack pack that the Raiders are given for away games on the bus. Everyone plays a role. Wesleyan playing around with it. Jacobs takes it away, pulls it back, and Paul could make some space here for herself. She decides to send the ball up the top, not where Lopes wanted it, and that's going to be a Tiger throw-in. Like I said at the beginning of the game, the Raiders need a win today if they want a good shot at playoffs this year. Lopes has a little urgency, loses it at the top of the box, but it falls for Dunlap, who's looking to beat multiple defenders. Goes down the line. She gets the space she wants, sends the ball in, and saved by the keeper. You got to play that one a little farther out. Keeper said, that is easy. I am going to grab that, and she did so. Little spark of hope here for the Red Raiders. They needed something. They've got one shot on the board now. Laying in the back, looking to play it out. Decides just to clear it. Play it safe. A win today for the Raiders not only puts them in good position to earn a spot in playoffs, but it would be their first home win in conference this year. They're 0-3-1 right now at home in conference. Too big of a touch there for the Tigers. Goal kick for the Red Raiders, and ref should call a sub here. Maybe sub came a little too late to the line here for the Raiders. I suppose so. We've got a sub for both teams waiting to come in. Jacobs keeps the defender at her back, drops for Van Zee. Feels the pressure from behind and sends it up. Lopes could take advantage. Tries to. And that's just going to be shielded out of bounds. Throw in the Tigers. It sounds like Raider fans in the bench disagree with that call. I don't. Subbing on for the Raiders, number 17, Molly Ryan, for 20, Kesley Paul. And the Tigers, number 23 is on for 19. That is Ned Zwicky, who was in the first half, is on for Alexis Thompson. Looks like Simulink and Dringa are not too happy with that call, as midfielder Molly Ryan was on the ground, and somehow it was a call for the Tigers. Partita sends it up. Van Zee ferociously heads the ball there and has a little bit of space in the midfield. Doesn't see much. Oh boy, plenty of Tigers players. Bardsley on it, Van Zee on it. Van Zee decides to go down. Great tackle. Alons picks it up. Possession to the Red Raiders. Again, if you'd like a shout out, if you're watching from Wisconsin, Texas, Brazil, send me an email at elijah.stater@nwciowa.edu, and I will give you a shout out. Let everyone know who it is, where they're from. Dunlap, ball top of the box, looks for a through ball for Lopes. They're going to get the call at the top of the box. Free kick from about 25 yards out for the Red Raiders. They really could use something here. Something meaning a goal. They could really use a goal. Lopes on the ball, but it looks like coaches ask for Dunlap to step up on there. Dunlap about to take the free kick from about 25 yards out. She's hit a few. She's hit two for sure from about this distance this year so far. One an overtime winner in a thriller. She sends it in. Swallowed by the keeper. Number 1, Hannah Trumbull. It was a good shot. Kept it under the bar. Got it past the wall. Just not good enough, I suppose. Dunlap there to head it. Gets the handball. Now Rowerdink on it. Finds Dunlap for the quick. She's got defenders on her. She feels the pressure and drops it back to Heemskirk, who tries to find Van Zee, but she overruns it. Probably to save a missed touch and a counter from the Tigers. Throw in for White here. Van Zee has Dunlap, who has a touch. Defender on her back. She turns. Almost finds Lopes. Bardsley with it. One touch little volley there to Partita. Dunsbergen collects the ball, finds Molly Ryan, who tries to find Rowdink, but the Tigers get the ball. Over the top there, Kaylin Alons, goalkeeper, picks it up and punts it out. That sun is starting to set. Hard to see across the field, and especially on the camera. But Wesleyan down the line finds Bardsley. Heemskirk closes in on her. She beats Heemskirk. Jacobs closes in on her. She isn't able to beat her. Audrey's there. Sends the ball. She's there just too late. It's going to be a corner kick for Dakota Wesleyan. Subbing. I'm not sure if you're allowed to sub on a corner kick, but the ref says so. In for the change of personnel, number 15 and 24. Harrop and Ohion, respectively, are on for number 2 and number 3, Cernick and Johnson. For the Tigers, and a goalie change. Number 0, also a freshman, Isabel Gregg is on now. Short corner for the Tigers. She's sending it up over. right to Alonz, who sees it, catches it, and calls for the Red Raiders to step up. She punts it out to midfield. Lopes has a touch, finds Ryan, who loses it. And now the Tigers are going to swing it around the back and keep possession. Foul against the Red Raiders. Or corner. Corner kick, sorry. I was reading some stats. Corner for the Tigers. Over to take it is senior. Nope. Yep. Senior Alondra Partida. She's from California. Short corner again. I don't know why Northwestern didn't step on that, knowing what they did last time. Audrey Land has all the space and time she could possibly need. More time than she needs to take a nursing exam. Unfortunately, they give the ball up. And Wesleyan swings it around the back line. Probably going to swing it left here. Yeah. Katie Jacobs is closing in quick. Swing and a miss. Harup takes it down the line. Don't know what she's doing, but Bardsley's there to pick it up, and the ball goes out of bounds. And that should be a sub. It is a sub for the Red Raiders. Back on the field, number 8, Kylie Fish, is in for junior captain, number 12, Julie Dunlap. Dunlap is from Des Moines, Iowa, a few hours away from here, if you're unfamiliar with Iowa. I've been to Des Moines, Iowa one time last year, and we played Grandview in football. We seem to be in a sketchy part of Des Moines, Iowa. Dunlap says that it's not like that most other places, but I suppose I wasn't given a great first impression. Another sub on for the Raiders, number 18, sophomore forward Rebecca Nichols from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is on for 9 Lopes. Bodies flying everywhere. White jerseys flying everywhere. Wouldn't want to say that. Dakota Wesleyan maintains the ball, but they give it to Hurley. Northwestern, this is a great chance, finds Katie Jacobs on the right side. She tries to go down the line to cross it in, pulls it back, goes back, sends the ball in. Kylie Fish for the header, saved by the keeper. Another great opportunity for the Red Raiders. They just got to get the first one in the back of the net. Got to get one before you can get two. Heemskirk controls the ball and sends it up in the air to, I think she thought, or tried to send it to Jacobs. Van Zee intercepts the ball. Harup for the Tigers swings it around and finds Partida, who is looking for a ball over the top but doesn't see one, so she decides to take it herself, rips it from about 22 yards out, and that's going to be wide. Goal kick for the Red Raiders. Ball played out by Alonz. Cleared by the Tigers. It's going to be throw-in for Northwestern. If you have nothing else planned for tonight, stick around and watch the men's soccer take on Dakota Wesleyan men at, should be 7:15. Game kickoff. Should be a good game. The men have had quite a start to the year so far. Undefeated in GPAC play. Ranked 21 in the NAIA right now. First time in program history that's happened. Almost got upset last week when they went over to Yankton, South Dakota to take on Mount Marty, but they pulled it out with a goal in the last 10 seconds of the second overtime. But a win's a win. Throw in here for the Red Raiders. Schmidt throws it up to 18. Nichols. Most people call her Wren. Molly Ryan collects the ball, looking for the through ball, trying to go through the player. Usually you want to go through the gap, but Harrup collects the ball, and there's Heemskirk to clear it out again for the Raiders. Emily Hurley has it. Trying to make something happen. Fights for it, gets the ball back. Ryan finds Wren in the middle there, who can't seem to find, must have been a sub on for the Red Raiders. 13, Josie Mazdam is back on the field. She came on for, not sure, Van Zee. And Schmidt came on, number 4. Also, she was on in the first half. So a little change in personnel here for the Raiders. Hurley gets nailed from behind. Yep, that's going to be called. 7, Katie Jacobs also came off the field. The most recent substitution. Another opportunity here for the Red Raiders. Rowdink is on the ball. Looking for something. She wants her 10 yards. Ref says that's 10. So she's going to send the ball in. Great ball in. The Raiders got to get something on it, and they don't. The bench wanted a handball, but ref's not going to give it to him this time. Throw in for the Raiders on the far side. Looks like Dunsbergen will be taking the throw in. She's going to find Rowdink, who touches it back. Almost a swing and a miss. A little shinny action, but still falls at the Raiders' feet. That's all you can ask for. Schmidt gets the ball here on the right side, goes down the line to Mazdam, who takes a touch, looks to beat the defender, takes the touch back in, finds an easy ball to Ryan, who's got multiple defenders to beat. Trips on the ball. He called that one quick, asking for a trainer. And they're not going to need one. Not sure what the ref saw, but Ryan's going to be okay for now. She's walking it off. Maybe she'll get subbed. Ref thought something happened. Little convo here between the ref, trainer, and Ryan. Looking at her hand. I think everything's all right. Quick pause in play here. Pause in the action. Not really sure what's going on. I don't think they subbed anyone on for her, so it's just going to be, yeah, a little, oh, and there she runs back on the field. Wesleyan's looking to keep possession here. There's about 17 and a half minutes left in the second half between Northwestern Red Raiders and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. The Raiders take control again of the ball, swinging it around the back. Surely she's going to just find a simple ball. Yep, she pulls it back, finds the lay-in over there on the left side, who plays it up to Dunsbergen. Dunsbergen takes a touch down the line. Not quite the right touch. Ball rolls out for a Tiger throw-in. Wren tries to get a foot on it. Little acrobatics. And Wesleyan's going to keep the ball. Wish I could tell you who it was. There's too bad of a glare up here from the sun. I can't see numbers. Oh, I can see this one. Mazdam takes the ball away and is looking to go down the field. Kylie Fish collects the ball with plenty of time and space. Looks for a through ball right to the defender. It's not going through anywhere. Wesleyan drops back, plays the possession ball. (2-0), but the Red Raiders have had a couple opportunities. 3 shots have been recorded. A couple set piece opportunities that they just unfortunately could not capitalize on so far today. Maybe they can turn that around the last 15 minutes of the game. Sub on for the Red Raiders. Number 7, Katie Jacobs on for 14. Emily Hurley. And Van Zee back on the pitch for Emma Dunsbergen. Emma's played a solid 75 minutes tonight. Dunlap also on the line to come back in. Not allowed on just yet. Red Raiders collect the ball, finds Ryan, who takes it to the outside, finds Mazdam, takes a big touch, has a defender there, but throw in the Raiders. On comes Dunlap for Ryan. Again, about 14 and a half minutes left of this game here from the NWC soccer complex. Dunlap drops it back to Van Zee, who looks for a ball up, but defender was stepped in front of Mazdam. Bardsley takes the ball back over for the Tigers. Harrop spins, going down the line, finds Bardsley, who takes a touch. Heemskirk is there, clears the ball out. Harrop back with the ball. Heemskirk almost gets it, trips. Great step by Leyen. She's got a simple ball out. She looks for the ball up the middle. Also had Dunlap, who finds the ball out to Mazdam. Mazdam's got plenty of time and space down this right sideline. She can take all the time she wants. She decides to find Dunlap back in the middle, who dribbles straight at the defense. Looks for the through ball. She's got Wren there, who gets a touch on it. A little doggy pile. And the keeper falls on it. But the AR called offsides before any of that happens. So we're going to have a free kick for the Tigers in their box. Down below, some men's soccer players are starting to arrive. They're looking to get taped up, warmed up for the game. Like I said, if you've got time, tune in tonight to the men's soccer game. Another conference game at home against Dak West. Mazdam gets a foot on it, but can't quite win the ball. Fish clears it back to the Tiger defense, who are playing it around safely. Up the right side, cuts it back, drops it again. Rowerdink looking to get the ball there. She sends it up. Schmidt can't quite get a head on it, but Audrey Leyen is there, steps, takes the ball from Bardsley, and that's going to be back to Raider possession, swinging it around the back line. Bardsley gets the ball back for the Tigers. She finds a great through ball to Harrop on the far side, who takes a shot. Great save by Alans. Leyen clears the ball out. It's going to be Tiger throw-in. Great save by Alans. Something was called. Bad throw-in. Must have been a bad throw-in. Called Oh, foul. Foul on the Tigers. Couldn't have been offsides. It was a throw-in. Bardsley gets the ball back for the Tigers. She's got a little space, makes a move, finds a through ball to Harrop, who's going to get another shot. Wesleyan is there, makes a save. Maasdam gets a touch inside of the defender, finds Dunlap, who looks to take her time and space and beat the defender. Somehow the ball falls at her feet again. She plays a ball over the top to Wren, but Abby, nope, wrong roster. Jade Wesley, number 11, is there. Back to Tiger possession. They're going to send a ball down the line that's going to go to the feet of Emily Schmidt. She's going to play it up to Katie Jacobs, who is going to play it in the middle. Rowerdink makes a man miss. That man comes back and no foul. There's the foul. Maybe he was playing some advantage. He's going to check on her. She seems to be all right, walking it off. Ball rolls out of bounds. Throw in. Dakota Wesleyan. Just over 10 minutes left in this women's game here tonight. Oh! Rowerdink takes another hit. That one's going to be a yellow card. Ref says, pause the time. Here's your card. Free kick for Wesleyan. Raiders are pushing everyone up here. They need the urgency here. They've realized we need to score, and we need to score quick. 10 minutes left. Ref recording. Who's got the yellow? Wesleyan's going to send it up to a little bit of space. Maasdam gets there, puts a head on it, takes a touch to the top of the box. It falls for Katie Jacobs. A little bit of a swing and a miss. Clear by the Tigers. Run here by Bardsley, who puts a head on it, looking for a hat trick on the day. Great save by Alons. They're going to need to get it out. Great clear. Good defending from the Raiders, certain parts of today. There's Rowerdink taking it up the left sideline. Finds Katie Jacob, who takes a one-touch. Dunlap in the middle. Could swing it over here. There she does. Finds Fish. Fish puts it back to her. She's at the top of the box. Two defenders on her. Tries to send a through ball to Jacobs, who wasn't quite making the run, but still almost gets there. Cleared out by the Tigers. Throw in for White. And Maria Lopes is going to check in here for the Raiders once again. Subbed in for number 18, Rebecca Nichols. Throw in. Schmidt drops it back for Rowerdink, who's going to look to play a service in the box here, and she does just that. A little bit short. Defender cleaves it. Subbed in for Dakota Wesleyan, or a sub. Subbed off the field, number 6, Brooke Bullington. Van Zee looking to beat the defender. Can't do it, but wins the throw-in for the Raiders. Van Zee throws it up over the defender. Hurley's there, gets a touch. Ball rolls out, another Raider throw-in. Wesleyan has dropped everyone. They said, we're not giving this game away with 7.5 minutes left. They are playing a flat 11. Well, maybe a 10-1 I'll give to them. And this is what the rest of the game is going to look like. Just a lot of clearing back, and we're going to have to play it from our back line. Here makes a run is Johnson. Doesn't get a touch on it initially, but Schmidt swings and misses. So Johnson has it now, but Rowerding takes it away. Gets fouled again. Free kick for the Raiders. She's going to play it quick. Cleared by the Tigers. Falls back at her feet. She finds Schmidt on the left side, who tries to send it up to Jacobs. Touch back to Dunlap. Foul by Rowerding. I suppose she was coming too hot from behind. So we're going to have a free kick for the Tigers. Lopes says, here's the ball. Let's get this game underway. Clock is stopped at 6:50. Oh, I forgot to change on the scoreboard. Second half. That's on me. Jacobs swings it to the middle for Rowerding. Defender on her way. Back right to Van Zee, who's going to look wide here and find Hurley. She's going to want to drop it back. She sees her. Kirk says, yeah, I'm not dealing with that defender, so she clears it up the line. Lopes has the opportunity to win the ball here. Can't quite do it, but that's all right. Throw in for White. Tigers get the ball back. Swing it wide for Johnson. She puts it inside for Ohayon. Hurley intercepts the ball, making a run here. Can't quite get the touch she wants. Katie Jacobs says, here's a touch. Just a little too far. Keeper dives on it. (2-0) still here in Orange City. Red Raiders are down. 5.5 left to go. Brenna, great header. Just no one there. Lopes on her back. There it is. Put a little pressure. Someone's going to make a mistake. Throw in here for the Red Raiders. Emily Schmidt tosses it into Rowerding, who drops it back to her. She sends it up to Dunlap, who can't quite get the touch on it. Now she's got a touch on it. She drops it to Schmidt. She's going to look long again. Had a couple shorter, easier options, but they need a goal, so she's doing what she can. Sub on for the Tigers, number 19. Junior defender, Alexis Thompson. She's been on today. Off of the field, number 23, Mary Nedzwicki, a senior midfielder from Lorton, Virginia. They want a foul. No foul called. Schmidt puts it up in the air. Says, try to have a touch. Gets fouled in the process, so it's going to be a free kick for White. They need something here. Audrey's going to play it quick to her. No, she's not. She's just going to put the ball farther up. Now she's going to play it in. No one really in the box. A flick over, but the keeper's going to play around with it. Toy around, waste some time. And punt her out. Touch here by Mazdam? Fish. Jacob spins. Finds Rowerding, who's looking down the line for her. There she goes. Finds Lopes, but the ball is going to run out of bounds. Schmidt closing in on the defender. Wesleyan's going to find the girl in the middle of the field, little turf monster. Trips over herself. There's going to be a foul on Hurley here probably. Nope, he lets the advantage play. Cassidy Johnson with the ball at her feet, looking for somewhere to put it. Finds Bardsley, who plays to Harrop, who plays it back. Heemskirk gets a touch on it, but it's not quite enough. Layon's going to have to make another clearance here, which she does. Right to Bardsley. She's going to want to beat the defenders. Puts it through the legs of Leyan. Heemskirk's there. Up to Hurley. And the ball rolls out of bounds for a Red Raider throw-in. 3 minutes left in the game. Something's going to have to happen here. Hurley drops it. It's going to be a little too much and out of bounds. Once again, if you, as a Raider fan, want to help support Red Raider Athletics, you can join the Red Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports 530 student athletes here at Northwestern. Just go to nwciowa.edu/join-RAA to join today. Go ahead and do that. Help out all our athletics here at Northwestern. Much urgency from keeper Kaylin Alon. Sends the ball up. Jacobs can't quite get ahead to it, but now she's got a touch. The defender backs off. She's got a little bit of space. She's got Dunlap to her right. She pulls it back and looks for Fish, but it was not a great pass. Lane gets shoved from behind. That was pretty obvious. Sub on the line here for the Raiders. Dunsbergen in once again. Oh, I'm sorry. Rebecca Nichols earlier. Typo. Should have been Renica. Hence the reason they call her Ren. The more you know. Substitution here for the Tigers. Number 18 is on the field for 12 Partida. Number 18, Tara Shimada, a junior midfielder from Miliani, Hawaii. That might be a farther trip than Fish has to make from Palmer, Alaska. I'm not sure. Someone could look that up. Fish drops it back, but it gets intercepted. She works to get it back. Not a great pass from Heemskirk. They're just going to send it up and waste some time. 1:45 left on the clock from Orange City. Throw into Heemskirk, who's going to line up for it, boot it down the field. Lopes has a flick onto Hurley, who's going to have a touch. Tries to find her back. Finds her back foot. Routing's going to win the ball again. They're going to send a through ball to Hurley, who can't quite get to it. Fish is going to have a touch. Uses her shin. Possession back. Dunlap puts her on the ground. Yellow card, Dunlap. Under a minute now here in this game. Hurley throws it in. Can't quite find Lopes. Ball falls to the feet of the Tigers. They're just going to clear it up. Lane's going to have a touch. She's probably going to send it over to Schmidt on the left side. She takes her space instead. Maybe the Raiders could pull something out of the hat here in the last minute. She sends it up to Jacobs, who's on a sprint to the corner. She's got one to beat and could cross it in. She finds Dunlap on the top. Missed touch. Possession back to the Tigers, but Kylie Fish intercepts the pass, drops it back to Dunsbergen. With 20 seconds left, she's going to take it down the right side of the field and out of bounds. 10 seconds left. Tough game for your Lady Red Raiders here tonight against Dakota Wesleyan. Final score 2-0 here from the NWC Soccer Complex. That's going to do it. The Raiders are going to go 4-8-1 on the season, 0-4-1 at home, and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers are going to go over 500 and go 6-5 on the season. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to check out the men's game right after this. Have a good one.